If you decide that you're going to give your attention to this grid and that you want it to fill in with something that feels good to you, and give it emotional words. I feel appreciation, or I feel love, or I feel enthusiasm. And sometimes you don't feel it, but as you say it, as you establish your determination, doesn't it kind of feel good when the chatter stops? When you're not trying so hard to talk yourself into it, or explain your way into it or out of it, or get somebody else to get it, or to justify it, or defend it, or to protest against it, but just feel the grid. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Reach for an emotion and find it and feel it. An emotion like peace. Or an emotion like appreciation. What does the word love do for you? If you're in the middle of something that makes you feel anger, reaching for this basis, this grid, might be harder to do. But even in your small effort at doing it, it will slow down the momentum of whatever's going on. And if you start your day by reaching for it, that really is the power of meditation. Because in meditation, as you quiet your mind, you are left with that emotional basis that will serve you extremely well. We think you understand this precisely, actually. We think we've hit upon an analogy that will serve you really well. And over the next few days, as you are deliberately creating a grid and then watching it fill in, you're going to begin to feel the power of the grid, the power of your deliberate point of attraction, the power of your alignment with the source within you. You've been listening to us. You come forth from non-physical, and before you were in this physical body, you were non-physical, and you still are. That's a familiar story if you've been listening to us for a while. And part of you came forth into this physical body where you are exploring and taking consciousness forward, not just your consciousness, but all of us. Your exploration of contrast is causing us all to reach into these new places. And once you know what you don't want, and once you know what you do want, once you set that focus into motion, we all, from our non-physical perspective, go right there to that new place, to that new grid that your desire established. And we hold to the vibrational basis of what you have created. Because we know it from top to bottom. We know not only the results you think you're asking for, or the results that you are asking for, we know the emotional basis of them. In other words, we know the essence of what you're reaching for. And we become it and hold our focus steadily on that. So you could say that we are a vibrational, emotional grid that when you reach for the feeling place of it, the influence from us will be mighty. You'll feel it. You'll feel the power and the clarity that comes when you identify something that you desire, and that something that you are desiring is an emotional, good feeling, emotional grid. At any moment in time, you can choose, if you want to establish an emotional grid, a new basis of attraction at any time. You don't have to just keep parlaying off what's been going before. At any time, you can say, hey, I get this point of attraction stuff. I understand that I am the creator of my own reality. I get that I am emanating a vibration, and that vibration is being answered now. I get it that I don't pile it up and pile it up and pile it up and pile it up. You don't pile up your point of attraction. You only pile up your propensity to offer vibrations in any moment in time. That's new. That's a new way of saying that. You only pile up your propensity to respond in any moment in time. And in any moment of time, this is quite exciting, isn't it? In any moment in time, you can choose to respond differently once you know about the grid. Once you know that right here, right now, you can look at that, whatever it was, and you can have a knee-jerk response to it that creates a new layer of point of attraction, because your grids are moving forward with you as you are moving forward. And you know what else is really interesting? We've been talking to you for a long while about this vortex and about the point of attraction that the source within you holds. How every time you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, and source is the placeholder of all of that. We want you to feel with us just for a moment the power and the importance and the perfection and the love of the vibrational grid that source holds for you. Your Earth spins in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets. Do you have any idea of the extraordinary well-being that is surrounding all of you, you see? It would be so easy for you if you tried just a little bit to feel that grid that is the non-physical placeholder of all that you are, that is constantly filling in with new generations and new ideas and new technology and new, better ways to live. More comfortable ways to live, more ways to live joyously in this leading edge time-space reality. All of us holding that vibrational, emotional grid of well-being. And you layering it with whatever's happening in the moment. But you have the option in every moment. The emotion that you feel in any moment, in every moment, is nothing more. And we are not trying to diminish its importance, because it's everything. But it is nothing more than the vibrational relationship between the non-physical grid, the grid that source is holding for all of you, and the grid that you are holding for yourself in this moment in time. Because when you get vibrationally off the beam from who you are, you feel that discord. It's what we've been calling resistance. This is just another more hands-on way for you to feel it, you see. We've been talking to you for a while, and we say to you, as Seth said to you, you are the creator of your reality. And Jerry said, I like the sound of that, but how is that so? Seth said, your point of power is in the present. And Jerry said, oh, that sounds important, but what do you mean? How is that so? And so all of these years we've been explaining primarily those two things, that you are the creator of your own reality and that you're doing it in your powerful now. Because the only opportunity that you have to contour the vibration of your beingness is right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, in response to whatever life is bringing you, in response to whatever images are dancing in your head, in response to whatever memories you are imagining or conjuring, or in response to whatever you're observing, whether you are thinking about the past or the present or the future. You're doing it right now. This is where your powerful now is happening. And in this powerful now, you are establishing yet again another 17 seconds, another 17 seconds, another 17 seconds. A vibrational grid. Your power is now. And your ability to feel how it dovetails in with the long-standing grid, the eternal nature of your being. So look at it this way. You were source energy before you came into this body, and you had a grid with a point of attraction going on that we can't even begin to describe the perfection of. That's who you are coming in. And then, just like you planned, you begin creating other grids so that you can feel the relationship between them, so that you can establish new things that you want. But through all of that, you have the ability to come home to the central place, come home to the vibrational beingness, come home to that place of well-being that has been established long before you came into this physical body and is increasing with every 17 seconds that you have been living ever since, you see. Every 17 seconds. You have the opportunity of reestablishing and setting into a different direction the vibrational grid, which is your point of attraction. Do you like knowing that you have a point of attraction? Do you like knowing that it is scientifically, mathematically provable? Do you like knowing that there's no way that you could ever wonder what's coming to you or why it's coming to you when you understand what's going on with your emotional grid? Do you understand that once you understand that not only will you understand what came, you'll understand what's coming. You'll understand what is. You all right with this? We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. Nothing is off limits. It is our expectation that we will move today into places that none of us have ever been before. That's what you bring to this party. You bring your new experiences, your new questions, your new beingness. You bring your grid. You bring your grid, we'll bring our grid, and we'll see how it all works out. How's that? That's what's going on. That's what's going on. So, what do you want to talk about? Well, when we began today, we told you that it was co-creating at its best, and we have certainly filled in that grid together, haven't we? It's exhilarating for us to focus with you out here on our leading edge. Not just your leading edge, our leading edge. While you are stirring up the details that are bringing desires into focus. And we want to acknowledge that the desire that exists as a result of this mass consciousness here in these physical bodies. And we're not just talking about humans, we're talking about all of the consciousness in all that exists. Bringing desire to a heightened point, higher than ever before. More summoning. In other words, friends, most substantial grid ever. And then as individuals of consciousness, we each get to play the role that we choose in allowing the grid to fill in. The reason that we want to assure you of the well-being of your time-space reality is because, well, we might as well tell you. We're dominant with the grid thing. Our knowledge of your well-being is enough to sustain it. No matter what you do, you can't mess it up. But you can pinch yourself off and have a miserable afternoon. Or longer. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey, and that is the reason that we've conveyed it with much more than words. It is exhilarating to us to feel you come into the alignment of that which you know. There is no homework in the sense that there's nothing that you need to remember here. But it is our promise to you that you are now forever changed as a result of what you've come to know in these hours that we've been together. Your grid has moved into a new vibrational patterning, and what fills in with it will be different, and it is our absolute expectation that you will notice it. We are appreciative of those who drag your physical bodies here, and we are appreciative of those who are all around the world who are tuning into us at very odd times in some places. We are appreciating the consciousness that you bring to this forum, and it is our promise to you that there will always be a consciousness far greater and far more vast than you have any words or numbers to even understand, that are focused with you not only in powerful, important moments like this, but in every moment of your powerful and important experience. So watch for the sustaining well-being that surrounds you, and expect more things to go exactly, precisely, specifically your way. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in the vortex.